Sitting is the new smoking. I'm sure you heard this before. But why is sitting so bad for you? If you sit for extended hours, the hip flexors, that is the muscles in your hips, they get very tight. Also, the gluteal muscles, the muscles of your buttocks, they get lengthened and they go to sleep. That is why the muscles of the lower back and the other hip muscles have to work extra to do any work, which is why most of those who sit for extended hours have lower back pain and chronic back issues. Hello and welcome back to Fitness Corridor. Besides causing lower back issues, sitting for extended hours causes postural issues, flexibility issues, weight gain, poor breath, and many problems. In this video, I'm showing you a simple and effective sequence for those who are sitting for extended hours. Do this along with me, leaving your laptops by the side, and you will see all your back problems disappear. So let's not waste any time and start. Let's begin the sequence with the cat-cow stretch. Deeply inhale, lowering the belly, lifting the chest, looking up into the cow stretch. As you exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine into the cat stretch. As you inhale, remember to keep the base of your neck soft into the cow stretch. As you exhale, push your shoulder blades out, bring your chin closer to the chest into cat. Do these 5 times, activating your entire back area. In case you find it difficult to isolate your back muscles, then ask someone to place a hand on your upper back to activate that area. This beautiful stretch gently massages the entire spine and gives it mobility. It acts as a great warm-up for the entire body. Now bring the right leg in front, left hand down and the right hand up into a hip flexor stretch on the right. Similarly, the other side, see that the knee is over the ankle. This time the right hand is down and the left hand goes up, stretching the hip flexor on the left. Alternately, bringing the legs in front and doing the stretch on both the sides. When we sit for a long time, the hip flexor muscles get tight and they need to be activated. If you feel strong, you can do the same stretch by keeping the knee up and alternately bringing the leg in front. By keeping your hip flexor muscles active, you can improve your performance and reduce your chances of injury. Now place your knees down and relax the spine in a child's pose stretch. Child's pose releases any tension in the lower back, the thighs, hips and ankles. If you have tightness in the back or hips, place a pillow underneath your chest or your stomach. From child's pose, grounding your hands and feet, come into downward facing dog and then slowly walk your feet towards your hands and gently swaying from left to right into a ragdoll pose. This releases any tension in your hips, keeping all the muscles in your hips and pelvic region supple. Now let's attempt the challenging chair pose, keeping feet hip-width apart, sitting behind on an imaginary chair, sending the hips back rather than the knees forward as you sit behind, keeping the arms around your ears and the shoulders soft. think about squeezing your legs together as you sit behind. Keep reaching higher while sitting lower. If comfortable, bring the feet together and attempt this pose with hands in Namaskarasana. Chair pose tones the pelvic floor muscles and the lower abdomen muscles. Now sit down into yogic squat Malasana and let your armpits push your thighs out. We are able to perform this pose as young children, but as we grow older, the way we use our body, this pose seems difficult. If you are a bit stiff, your body will compensate by lifting your heels off, rounding your back, and caving into your knees. If required, you can support yourself by holding on to something as you go down. If you can, gently rock back and forth in Malasana, lifting your heels off and placing your heels back on the mat. Now sit down, bring your feet in front and fold one leg at the knee 90 degrees to the other. Now take both the hands up, inhale, and then fold forward into Janu Shirsasana. This is head to knee forward bend. Janu means knee, Shiras means head. Holding in Janu for 5 breaths, then release the pose and move to Parivritta Janu Shirsasana or revolved head to knee pose. Squaring the hips to the side, with the opposite hand grab the opposite knee and bring the other hand towards the big toe. If you cannot hold the big toe, use a belt and do the pose. Repeat the pose for one more time. Parivritta Janu is extremely good for those who keep sitting for extended hours. This is one of the best poses you can do for your lower back. Now repeat the entire sequence on the opposite side by folding the other leg 90 degrees to the first and then inhaling and going into the forward bend Janu Shirsasana on the other side. As a beginner, it might be hard for you to hold your big toe, so initially you can hold that part of the leg that you can reach and do the forward fold. Move to the Parivritta Janu Shirsasana, holding the opposite knee and then bringing the hand closer to the opposite big toe. See if you can hold the big toe and then slowly start opening your chest towards the sky. Repeat the sequence for another time, tightly holding your big toe and taking the stretch. The next pose for the lower back is Setubandh Asana or the bridge pose. Keeping feet parallel, clasp your hands behind your back, firm your arms into the floor and lift your hips up. Stay in this pose for 5 breaths. This is the supported bridge pose. This pose is great for your back, legs and buttocks. They get stronger with this pose. You're also engaging your core in the bridge pose. If you can, you should try doing the bridge holding your ankles and lifting your hips up. If you can do bridge pose comfortably, you should try doing Ekapada Setubandh Asana. Eka means single, Pada is foot, Setu is bridge and Bandha is lock. Keeping your weight evenly distributed on the foot which is down and not rolling on the inside or the outside of the foot. Ekapada Setubandh can be done with support or without support. This asana targets directly the spine and the hamstrings. Following the bridge pose, do the Pavan Muktasana stretch, bringing the knees to the chest and the forehead to the knee. Then hold your big toes and bring your feet closer to your head. Grab your ankles tightly and see if you can bring your buttocks off the mat. The entire backside of the legs stretches in this pose. Then holding your insteps, go into Anand Balasana, letting the pelvic area open. Anand Balasana opens the hips, inner thighs and the pelvic area, relieves any lower back pain, stress and fatigue. Rocking yourself back and forth, release your legs and lie down, keeping your feet mat width apart, armpits free, closing your eyes. Imagine your belly to be like a balloon. As you inhale through your nose, let your belly inflate or rise with minimal chest movement. As you exhale, let your belly lower. Now slowly start lengthening your inhalations and exhalations. As you sit all day, most of the time you are doing shallow breathing through your chest. Correct breathing through your belly might be a game changer. Diaphragm breathing brings much more oxygen to the body than the normal breath. So do all these stretches will be very useful for you if you're sitting for long hours. Also, take breaks in between and go for short walks. If you still have to sit, it's better to sit in Vajrasana than in the other postures one uses for sitting. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, share and comment on my videos and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and press on the bell icon to receive notifications each time I post a new video. Stay inspired, stay fit, stay safe. See you again soon. Namaste.